Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Shamira, aka Mimi, and if you're returning, welcome back. Before I start anything, I would like to say thank you guys for liking and commenting on my videos and subscribing. It's greatly appreciated. I'm trying to grow my channel. And also, I hope you guys are actually staying safe, not getting into too much trouble with everything going on. Um, Before I start, I would like to just do my grounding exercises, getting into the four elements that is fire, earth, water, and air. First, I would like to start off saying that I got three new stones today, and the first one is cabinet. It's under the bed. I can't get it. The first one is carnelian. It's like a reddish stone. Um, that stone is actually to protect the mind, to ground your mind, ground your information. Um, Hematite, it's like a black little stone. It's kind of like it's polished, so it's a little mm, metallic looking. It is for keeping negative energies away, protecting the positive energies. It's good with pairing with the stone pyrite. Now pyrite, it has different purposes, multiple purposes. It's for attracting wealth and money, and it's like a goldish metallic color. It's also for protecting against mental attacks, spiritual attacks, and mental blocks, and it helps you remember a lot. So I like to keep that with me when I'm trying to clear my mind. Personally, I have a lot of mental clutter, and most of that mental clutter comes from just my mind is working overtime constantly, taking in information, processing information, and sometimes my thoughts in my head, the words in my head come out faster than they come out of my mouth. So sometimes I catch myself talking really fast or getting anxious or nervous or getting excited when I want to get something out. So um yeah, that's naturally what happens. But yeah, I like to start off with that. That will be my stones will be my earth. Um I have my tea. That will be my water. Um I found my sage uh that my son Lonnie hid. That would be my fire. So of course I'll open my window, let some air in. That will be my air. Um because you can't light sage with the window closed. So it'll just trap all the negative energies and nowhere to release. So yeah, just get it lit. A nice little burner. Yeah, get it smoking. Ooh, okay. Like to stage my aura. Specifically my crown chakra. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let that sit right here. Let it go for a while. A lot of people don't like the sage smell. Um, I like to say, if you don't like it, that means it's working. So, I like the sage smell. It has an earthy smell. I like it. Burn it. Okay. While we're clearing our auras, clearing our energies, I also like to do the breathing exercise. We do our three deep breaths in and exhale. So sit back, relax. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Open our eyes. Okay. So, welcome back. Okay. So, today's topic is, well, actually, this is a bonus. So, this is going to be something that I feel like a lot of women don't discuss, don't disclose with each other, and that is the difficulties of motherhood. Um, Now, everyone knows when you're pregnant, everyone boosts you up like, oh my goodness, you're pregnant, you're going to be a mommy, you're going to be such a great mommy. It's not going to be that hard. Boys are worse than girls. Um, no, that's not true. You're going to be tired, but it's not that bad. I'm not going to lie. From my personal experience and from experience from other mothers around me, um, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be tiring. It's gonna be a mess sometimes, and it's not gonna be perfect. They don't tell you when you get out of the hospital. Well, actually, when you go into labor, uh, everyone can't handle natural labor. Don't feel bad about getting epidural. When you get C sections, oh my goodness, the smell. My sisters, they all told me that the smell of their flesh, being singed uh, during the procedure is not a great smell. It gives you, I don't know, it's the nausea, and it just makes you nervous. So it's not a great smell. It's not a great experience, and they all have told me that they don't ever want to have a C-section again. um, they don't tell you that when you're in the hospital. Um, you don't have any privacy. You constantly have nurses and doctors coming in and out, checking on you, checking on the baby, pushing on your stomach like 3 or 4 times a day. While you're in the hospital trying to recover, someone pulling at just pulling at you, um, trying to show you how to breastfeed, how to latch, and in a way you kind of lose that privacy. You definitely you're not in your comfort zone. It's everything but comfortable. Um, all those feel good energies and all those baby hormones, like that baby fever hormone, all that stuff go out the door when the actual baby gets there. So, yeah, when you leave the hospital, if you had a C-section or if you had a tear down there, you have stitches. Those stitches are not fun. You have to wear an oversized pad and mesh undies before you leave that hospital, you know. And if you had epidural, you need someone to help you get up and pee and walk around. It's gonna hurt for a while. So they don't tell you that you're gonna be absolutely exhausted because you're not really gonna get any sleep because you constantly have people coming in, flicking the light on, checking on you, checking on the baby, pressing on your stomach. It's no sleep. And I think that the day or the weeks following the birth, that will be the last week you actually get 8 hours of sleep. That will be the last day you actually eat a whole meal without you having to press the reheat button on the microwave constantly. Because it's like, um, yeah, time to yourself, meals to yourself are just like a no-no after you have a baby. Well, you have some people who are lucky to have people helping them around the clock constantly. Even if you are not a single mother, if you have both parents, you will get tired. You will be exhausted. And if you have children before, especially younger children, they will tire you out on top of the baby. So believe me, it's not fun. Dealing with tantrums, sick days for you and the baby, um, constant doctor's appointments, missing doctor's appointments, school, play dates, all of that stuff. That is like a whole other lifestyle. So the person you were a week ago before that baby is, you can say goodbye to that person because that person doesn't exist anymore. Some people, they'll try to like glamorize parenthood, like, oh, I got past this and I got past that. It just gets easier. It does not get easier. It just is, it's like different stages. The first stage I think is worrying. A lot of new mothers, they worry about smothering their child because a lot of them, just a moment, see, look, just one time, just a moment. Okay, you guys see, my point? He just came right in. Um, I forgot where I even was. He just disrupted me for a little while. But like I said, they glamorize like or try to compete. People try to make you feel bad about your parenting skills. Please do not compare uh your parenting skills with someone else. Um, a lot of us get hung up on being the best that we can be, that we fixate on trying to give our children what we didn't have, or try to push other people's way of living, way of life, morals and values on our own children because you feel like, well, their children turned out right. Whatever is for their children, for their children, not for yours. So I mean, I think that's how it's supposed to be. If we all follow the same rules and regulations and stuck with the same values and morals in life, life will be absolutely boring, and we don't have all the answers. So yeah, teach your child what you see is fit for you and them. Um, they are two different human beings, two different children. Someone else's child and your child, two different children. So don't do it. Um, don't put too much pressure on your child to be perfect because they're not. You're not perfect. They're not perfect. It's part of being human. That's life. Um, having alone time, having like I said, time to really eat, bathroom breaks, that's absolutely done. It's no type of privacy. Um, oh my goodness, repetition, repetition. It's either cleaning up, repeating yourself over and over and over again, nicely, you know, to the point where you say it so many times, you yell, you become a whole different person. You will yell a lot, and it's not because you're a mean person or you're crazy or you're impatient. It's because, oh my goodness, children will really test your patience like to the max, and you're like, I didn't know I had this much patience. I didn't know I was this grouchy, in the morning. Sleep, you'll get sleep, but it's more like a some type of sleep. Um, like I said, new parents, new mothers don't want to constantly, going in and out, checking on their child in the next room. So they'll sometimes, and I'm guilty of it, have my child sleep with me. That is the absolute like worst thing to do. Have your child sleep with you, so they get so used to it they don't want to sleep in their own bed. Um, constantly checking on your child. Sometimes you don't have time, especially if you have stitches and your husband or boyfriend or significant other is gone to work and you're in the house by yourself with the baby, nobody's around, you got stitches, you're tired, you're sleepy. Do you really think I feel like walking back and forth into my baby's room, in my room? Back? No. So I'm gonna have the baby sit next to me or just, in a bassinet or sometimes in a bed, and that's how babies get smothered. But I'm not. I'm not condoning that. If you have a crib or a bassinet, put them in a safe place. Um, you know, or constantly check on them to see if they're breathing. Like, oh my goodness, I don't see their chest or their back moving up and down. So, are they breathing? Just constantly checking for your child, make sure they're eating enough. That was a big thing for me. That caused me a lot of anxiety. I just felt like I was never feeding my son enough. I'm like, is he gaining weight? I was constantly weighing him, checking on him to see if he's breathing. Like, did I overfeed him? Like, every little cry, you want to just pick him up. Or sometimes people just, stuff a pacifier in their mouth because they can't take the constant crying. Believe me, Parenthood would definitely, it would definitely try your patience. Um, like I said, then it gets to the stage of you baby proofing the house. You scared that when they start walking, they get into stuff they're not supposed to get into. You gotta baby proof the whole house. You have to you know, around edges and all of that, cover outlets because they're curious little beings. They're gonna do little things that doesn't make sense to us because we're past that. We don't, it's a brand new world to them, so they're gonna get into stuff. And then you got to worry about you know trying to keep it together mentally, trying to get sleep, trying to remember to eat, take your own vitamins, take care of your own self, wash your body, try to take a shower. That is was the hardest thing I ever had to deal with, was balancing my schedule and my baby's schedule, my son's schedule when I had him. um like, I would go days without taking showers, and I'd be sitting in there calling people like, "Can you come over? Can you keep me company? I stink." When you don't have that help sometimes. And a lot of people will push you to have a baby, but they're not as willing to help you when that baby comes. So it's like, if you're not gonna help me with that emotional and that my physical needs when it comes to that baby, don't even tell me to have that baby, because you're not gonna help me take care of it or take care of me. Trying to make sure that you're mentally there. That is the hardest thing I think I've ever had to deal with, besides you know, um, making sure he's good, making sure my son was good, was my own mental stability. That's when the postpartum depression kicks in. You're overthinking it. You're comparing um your abilities as a parent with someone else. You're taking advice from people that aren't the greatest parents, in the world. Um, Stressing yourself out about other life things like work. When do I get back to work? Um, am I making enough? Am I giving my child enough? Am I enough? It's constant worry. And that is, like I said, when you have children and people have children, they don't tell you. They tell you all the good parts of having children, all the things that they have down pat, that they mastered. When you're a parent, you never master any part of parenthood. You don't master that. You just, like I said, there's different levels to it. Just a moment. Like I said, just making sure that you're mentally taking care of yourself. That's like the number one thing. Because if you're not happy, your child is not going to be happy. You're going to lose patience. You're going to drive yourself crazy. And like I said, postpartum depression is nothing to play with, and it's nothing to take lightly. Because a lot of people will not admit to having it. They are ashamed of getting help, and I feel like that's where most of your problems stem from, when you're lying to yourself, when you're not properly taking care of yourself, in fear of what other people might think of you. You're not a bad parent if you admit to someone you have postpartum depression. It's just like, I think that postpartum depression really sinks in, besides the chemical aspect of it, when your hormones dip. That's come well that goes that comes I'm I'm referring to as the females, when your hormones dip. Sometimes fathers can have postpartum depression too. when they start to realize the reality of being a parent. They realize they haven't done everything they wanted to do in life. They feel the need to do everything now, so people will have midlife crisis, and the women will like realize that they can't do what they want to do. They don't have the time to tend to themselves to do the things that they want to do. So, I mean, it doesn't mean that you're never going to get to those things. It's just that those things are on hold. So stop rushing yourself. Stop pushing yourself. You don't have to do everything in your life at once, or everything in your life has to stop just because you had a baby. You had a baby. It's a little extra work, but whatever you want to accomplish is possible. But don't drive yourself crazy, because like I said, that is where reality kicks in, and you drive yourself into a depression. So you're not perfect. Your child isn't perfect. Life isn't perfect. You don't have all the answers. Um it's hard, you know. It's it can be draining. If you're up to it, then it will definitely teach you what you're made of, you know. So yeah, do the best that you can. Don't let anybody coerce you and rush you into having children, especially if you know deep down inside you're not ready for it. Because I'm telling you, that reality sinks in. That's it. Just be mindful of what you are really signing up for. Like, really, really. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of a you have your joyful and precious moments where you just look at them, you do all of this um, for a little human being. And sometimes, depending on the age, you barely even get a thank you. They're not even fully aware, consciously aware of how much they rely on you and how much you do for them. And I feel like this is the moment when you learn what it is to unconditionally love another human being. People are like, well, I found the love of my life, and I know what it is to unconditionally love someone. And no, I really don't think that you do until you really have a child, and well, that's my personal opinion. I know some people will, they have their opinions on that, but everyone doesn't have to have children. But you really understand. Just a moment, baby. And look, I don't have time to myself ever. Oh my goodness. I think most of my videos are just like of me, Lonnie interrupting me. Um, like I said, you never know what it is to really fully unconditionally love another little human being. Like, I'm telling you, like, after all of the bad parts, all of the hard times, some days you just look at them and just admire them while they're sleeping, be creepy, like watch them while they're sleeping, and just you really appreciate how far you have come, and you really learn a lot about yourself. Like I said, about your resilience and everything. You really learn uh, the capacity of your heart and your ability to learn and just love and just push yourself beyond your limit. You really know what you're made of when you're dealing with children. So parenthood is like I feel like the most fulfilling challenge that I've ever experienced. So you get your moments where you can, like I said, you just look at them when they're sleeping, and you're just like, that's my heart right there. That's like it's my baby. I wouldn't do this for anyone else in the world. I can't imagine my life being any other way, without my children. So your life shouldn't be about just children, but I'm just saying a big portion of your life is like an adventure. Like, really. So Yeah. Parenthood is uh I don't think I can find words to describe it, but um you're never quite ready. You know, you can be financially ready, you think that you're mentally ready, but you're never quite ready. It's not something that you should take lightly. So yeah, that is it. Oh, I made my mark. Um, thank you guys for watching. Um, believe in yourself. Believe that you're doing the best that you can do. Don't beat yourself up. Um, be proud of yourself. Give yourself a round of applause, pat on the back. Keep doing you. Thank you guys for if you like this, share, like, comment, subscribe. Um, I guess I'll just see you guys next time. Everyone have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day, and thanks for watching again. Bye.